Hey everybody, this is Tony Hibbard with the Assistant Band Director. I've got another video for you, and before I get started, I just wanted to let you know that I've kind of been messing with my logos and all that stuff, trying to give it a little bit more mature look. When I first started this, I didn't think that it would actually go this far, so I was just kind of messing around with all my stuff. So I'm trying to upgrade it and get it a little bit better. So this is kind of what it looks like. I do not like this banner, so I'm going to keep messing around with that, but hopefully it gives it a little bit more mature look. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get started with this. My next video is on a crazy concert concept that I came up with quite a few years ago and has been pretty successful for me. And I'll put this this presentation in the comments section if you want to take a look at it, or feel free to pause it or whatever you need to do. So this is how I made December easier. So the way this came about was my first year of teaching, we had the Christmas parade and the Christmas concert. Those were our two big December events. And the Christmas concert was postponed and then postponed again. And then the third date that we tried was the exact same night as our Christmas concert. So I had to make the really tough decision. Do I move I couldn't move the Christmas concert because it was already the last week of December. So it was, do I cancel the concert? Do I do the parade? Or do I do the concert at the same time as the parade? Probably wasn't the best decision, but I still did the concert at the same time as the parade, which made a lot of people upset. I think it was a lose-lose situation for me no matter what. But I was like, there's got to be a better way to do this. So this is what came about of that. So happy Halloween, Miss Thanks Veterans. Okay, I had a really witty name at one point on one of my programs, but I couldn't find it and I can't remember it. So the way I do my concerts now is it is always the week before Thanksgiving. And a lot of people, when I tell them this, they're like, your concert is the week before Thanksgiving and then you're done? I'm like, and then I'm done. So for my, I teach at a middle school, so my 7th and 8th grade band combines to do the Veterans Day program. So we get to recycle that music and play it again, because most of our parents cannot make the concert because it's usually during the school day. So they get another chance to hear that, and it gives us another chance to perform it. You can have some quote unquote spooky music or music that's in minor, which is really great for your beginners or your intermediate groups. I teach 5 through 8 is at our middle school. So it's really fun for those 5th grade beginners to get something that sounds cool. And then we top it off with a little bit of Christmas music or holiday music, depending on your situation and what you're allowed to call it. And I guess I kind of already went over this. Gives beginners a little bit more time to prepare. I know some people do a concert per grading period, and I've tried to do that too, where every 9 weeks we have a concert. That's really tough on the beginners. So again, it allows parents to hear the Veterans Day music and gives a wide variety of music. I have never been a huge Christmas concert fan because there's only so much Christmas music and you're already hearing it on the radio and in the stores, and then you go to a band concert and hear the same music again. So this gives it a much bigger variety. When we return from Thanksgiving, we're done. We don't have to worry about parades being rescheduled. We don't have to worry about people not being able to come to the concert because there's another Christmas concert or whatever. So for my 7th and 8th grade bands, we start looking at festival music. When I taught high school, we started looking at festival music and we worked on our parade music. So you kind of have 1 or 2 focuses to look at instead of trying to do that plus still work up your Christmas concert. No scheduling headaches, and it's a lot less pressure on the kids and me. So the next few slides are just going to be just suggestions. If you're not sure where to start, this is a couple good places. Most of this music I have already played myself for these concerts, so this is a very selective list, but you can really go way beyond this. So if you can find it, Marches of the Armed Forces by Michael Sweeney. It's been out of print for a long time, but I've heard some people can get it, but when I tried to order it, it wasn't available. So keep your eyes out on that one. It's a great, like grade 2, 2.5 level that has all of the service songs minus the Space Force. American Collage by Michael Story is another great, easier piece. Patriots on Parade by Ken Harris. It's a march. America the Beautiful. It's the dragon arrangement that is also simplified for middle school band. That is a fantastic arrangement. American Folk Trilogy by Anne McGinty. And Heroes in Glory is another grade half, only uses the first 6 notes of the B-flat major scale. So that'd be a good beginner one or whatever. All right, the next one is Halloween, Zombie Stomp. I did a video on that in one of my literature reviews. Everybody loves that piece. So I'll put a link to that video in the description if you want to check that out. Zombie Tango is a much more difficult piece, but another great piece by James Meredith. Creepy Crawlies falls under the same difficulty level as Zombie Stomp. The brass players get to buzz on a mouthpiece and pretend to be flies buzzing around. So that's another fun piece to do. Randall Standridge did a Darklands Symphony. The Darklands March is probably the easiest out of those 3. Darklands Legends and Dark Heart, those are much more difficult but amazing pieces. And I saw that he just started doing, I can't remember what it's called, but it's of the same style. I'll try to see if I can put a link to that in this too. Dark Fortress Overture is another great piece. March, I'm going to mispronounce this probably, Diabolique by Brian Balmages. And the Haunted Carousel, which I've done with my orchestra, by Soon Hee Newbold, is a great piece. I really want her to make a band arrangement of that because it's a really good piece. So if you're watching this, Soon Hee Newbold, write a band arrangement for it. And then a couple more. Ghost of the Lost Ship by Tyler S. Grant. October Sky is a lyrical piece by Rob. Roman. I hope I don't mess that up. I think that's another easier grade 1 lyrical piece. And Phantom Ship by Elliot Del Borgo. All right, and then if you're actually allowed to do Christmas music, or your school system allows it, Santa the Barbarian is a new one. I haven't actually played that, but I'm going to play it this year. It's got a lot of good, positive reviews. Santa's Angry Elves, Rob Grice. If you haven't checked out any of Rob Grice's music, he is a fantastic middle school director. The same with Randall Standridge. Their music is fantastic. Angels We Have Heard on High, arranged by Elliot Del Borgo. A Celtic Christmas by Douglas Wagner. That's another grade half. Uses the first 5 or 6 notes of the B-flat scale. Sleigh Ride by Michael Story. It's like a grade 2, 2.5 version of Sleigh Ride that does not have the jazz interlude in the middle. And then A Christmas Festival. I have not actually done this one. I actually just found it in my I just found it in my library. But it's a Leroy Anderson version that's arranged by Robert W. Smith. So I'm going to try to give that a try this year too. And then if you have to go more the holiday version route, there's Minka's Sleigh Ride by Pierre Laplante. But those are Russian folk tunes. So given the current climate, tread carefully with that one. With Each Winter's Breath by Randall Standridge. And December Sky by Eric Morales. I hope I didn't mispronounce that too. Probably should have done some research on how to pronounce these names before I did this video. All right, and then just extra things that I've done in the past that kind of go with this. Moscow 1941, again, another Russian-based song, and he's actually done a sequel to this called Kiev 2022, which is kind of the same style as this one. But time frame wise, it happened in December, so that's a good, history lesson or whatever with it. Glorioso has sleigh bells, so, why not? And what I've done with my 5th grade in the past is we play, Mary Had a Little Lamb, and we put sleigh bells with it. And we play Go Tell Aunt Rhody, and we put sleigh bells with it. So you can play a lot of those beginning method book lines and just add sleigh bells, and it sounds Christmassy. So that's it for this video. my parents are always very weary when they hear this, and I'm like, well, it's worked before. I've done it in 3 different school systems, so let's give it a shot. And they end up loving it, and I'm like, it makes December so much easier. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you've made it this far, please like and subscribe and let your friends know. We just surpassed 500 subscribers, so it'd be awesome if we could get to 600 before my 50th video, which will be, within the next month or two. So, all right, thanks, guys.